even some of the people said that the Arabs said that they didn't attack our shipping. You know, that's the other ones. These two, nobody believes it. Iran's in a perfect position. But there's a time when that Imam Hussainism kick in, and that's predominant. That is moving toward predominance because the United States have hassled them too much. They feel that they have the right to do what they want, and you don't have a right to mess with our. Just imagine what the U.S. does. He messes up, he breaks a treaty and messes up the people's economy, and it's all right. Right. They're saying it ain't all right. And all that about this old bald-headed senator talking about if they're looking for a fight, they're going to get one. Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to go over, look at the Middle East right now. If war starts in the Middle East, it's already regional. Number one, let's go back from this way. Hezbollah is facing the Zionists. Syria is there now to help. Syria is almost liberated. The little corner they got, it don't make no difference. So those are two people. Syria and Hezbollah against the Zionists. They're going to keep them busy. Both of them, they're going to keep them busy. And then when they're fighting for a super reason, hey. Saudi Arabia over there, I just mentioned the other night about eastern provinces. I mentioned Bahrain, where the Fifth Fleet is. Do not forget about this 4 or 5 year war, this extraordinary bombing campaign, murder campaign in Yemen. Saudis is too weak to beat those guys. And they got every modern weapon. Can you imagine how weak Saudi Arabia is? Just like America told them. Don told them, without us you wouldn't last 2 weeks. Isn't that pitiful? They can't tell Iran that. Okay. Afghanistan. 30% of the people of Afghanistan are Shias. 30%. 30% of Pakistan is Shias. That don't mean Pakistan will join a war. But you can imagine what will happen in Afghanistan with American troops right there looking at it. So America don't have no, we just gonna fly over there and kick their behind. No, you ain't, homeboy. Number one, what they want to stop Iran. They said not only getting an atomic bomb, but their missile technology and growing Iranian influence in the region. The influence has already grown. And guess what? Every time we got up to say something, yeah, the white man said that Saudi Arabia go around breaking everything up, and Iran goes around picking up the pieces. That's what a white analysis said on the radio about Saudi Arabia and Iran. In other words, Saudi Arabia is making colossal mistakes. That's all they make. The Zionists, why they have to move so fast? Why they move the Israeli consulate, the embassy to Jerusalem, just like that? They just moved it. That's their job. You see who's behind all this? The Zionists. What is our flag? The triangle of terror. When we come out with that was the first time. The triangle of terror used to be South Africa, Israel, and the same one. USA, yeah. That used to be the Triangle of Terror, but they took South Africa out. You got to look at what happened. They moved the embassy, they're annexing everything, and they're not giving the Palestinians a chance for nothing. They're having a conference soon, and all the Uncle Tom Arabs is going, but the Palestinians and nobody else is going. This guy moved in a hurry because that was his job. Whoever hired him, which would be designed to do, you see what I did? That's who hired him. As far as these elections go, anybody that thinks those American elections are solid is just about crazy. It's just like going to Las Vegas and think you're going to win the money. Anybody win, they done already set them up to it, right? They got the calculator, they got the machine, this guy goes, it's a slot machine, they probably got the things already numbered and tagged and counted. And they've taken that money out of there. That's the way the elections are. Do you know the last two elections when somebody that wouldn't follow that? Boom, 2000, Gore. They said Florida has gone to Gore. They said stop, stop, stop. Remember that? Good God Almighty. And when it's all over, Gore doesn't challenge. Why? Because the system told him this is what we're going to do. With Hillary Clinton, she was sad, but the people told her, you just make your millions. This wasn't your turn. You just couldn't. We need this dummy in here. He's the one, he's a big enough fool. You couldn't do that because you got too much sense. Right? Hillary Clinton could not act like Donald Trump. But America, Iran went too far already. Their nuclear technology, they don't need it. They gave a fatwa. You know, the rabbi gave that fatwa 10 years ago, 9 or 10 years ago. So they didn't even want a nuclear bomb. They just negotiated on something they didn't want anyway. So they got what they wanted, and they didn't. But what they don't have missile technology. And we want to stop Iran from helping everybody in the region. Well, the U.S. help everybody, all their friends. What are you talking about? You can do it, and we can't. Why are we saying all this now? We're saying this now because of the type of psychological guerrilla warfare we use. Not we use. Negrocious the Great used. He used clownery, he used coolism. And he always made them mad because they're arrogant. You think nobody's paying attention to us? If 10 years ago, if the Japanese press was here, the Russian press was here, who was the Japanese press? German press, Deutsche Welle, all the press was here. Right after I went up to New York, though, they started backing away. You know why? They said this nigga got too much sense. We can't get him. They thought we'll send him up there to New York. And you know what I went in? What's the name of saying? I guess you're going to say something radical or whatever. You know what they did to Samuel Ariane? Fox News got him the case. You know what they're thinking? We'll get that loud-mouthed nigga up there. And we'll get him to say something. We use the word provocative. I said, Jews? No, I like Jews though. What are you talking about? I don't know if you remember that. Why? What's wrong with Jews? Nothing he could do. That's part of it he don't show you. But when we was getting set up, the workers were there, the camera people. They know us in there. I asked Hannity, I said, Hannity, I said, you wearing pantyhose or drawers? I don't know if I told you. Oh, what's wrong? You got pantyhose on or you got drawers on? Now, if you would have asked those guys, not only would they remember, but we was talking about, you were a drug dealer. I said, yeah, I sold cocaine, good cocaine. And that's what they do. The crime people, they're New York, right boys?
Right, yeah.
I didn't say, so y'all like blow, I didn't say that, but I knew I had a, and because I laid it on, I said I sold only the highest quality cocaine. I'm the only black distributor that did that I know of. Everybody else cut it and diluted us. I didn't do that. I said, come straight from Columbia, straight to your nose. That's what I did. Straight. Okay. Now look at it. Ben, we're teasing Ben. We're teasing Don. Oh, Don. He's not a counterpuncher, he's a fool. He's a fool. What does that make them do? Make emotional decisions, decisions out of fear. So the Israelis and the Saudis fear the Iranians. They fear the Iranians. They're not scared of them, they fear the Iranians. So it's an open secret, which everybody knows, that both of them want to get America to fight Iran for them. That's why I'm saying this tonight. By the time we get this taped, and I put the three from the other night, and tonight, it's going to be a package. So we're going to tell the American people, they're not going to believe it. They see one of them. Because your problem has been you ignored Negrocious. You just ignored Negrocious. Your strategists from MIT, BDI, RBG, all them dumb places can't touch Negrocious. Negrocious, what I call it, Negrocious the Great. Negrocious the Great. Negrocious the Great, everything that Negrocious the Great has told me to tell you now, Negrocious the Great said that the last 3 nights, 2 nights in a row, exactly what I'm saying now. He mentioned that the Iranians are getting tired, that Shias, you keep scratching, because there's blood right there. It wasn't 1 day later, because that missile was shot yesterday morning. Well, not first, that was 1 day after. The stuff that came on the news from the Security Administration came on within a few hours. Everything that I say on this thing happens now within the next few hours. Nobody can say, oh, well, you got a bad memory. Everything that's going on now was done by us here to protect the sanctity of the revolution, to make sure that they keep their fight mode together, because this fight mode is bound to happen over the peace mode. They may have to have one more drastic war. The American people ain't saying nothing. The news is saying what they always say.
War.
War. And there is absolutely the only thing they got is what the Iranians said they did. We shot the missile and they showed the missile. And you see the missile going, then you see a big flame. I don't know if y'all saw that. It couldn't have been 20 miles away. The missile got there too fast. You watching the light of the missiles, because it's dark, it's 4 a.m. You see all the flash, like a regular rocket going, and you see it. Then, when it hits the drone, a fireball, Iran said we're collecting the debris. It was over our airspace. So they're collecting debris now. It's being washed up on Iranian shores. The Americans said they was 22 miles out. Iranians said he was 10 miles off our shore. That's it. He was with that, they got 12 miles. So you crossed the line. And Don has been surrounded by Larry Moore and those other guys. But Don said today, I don't think it might have been a mistake. Don technically knows in the back of his brain.
Taking it back, yeah. Exactly.
Let me explain again. The United States and the Israelis will get a super bloody nose. They cannot invade Iran because there's 80 million people there, and you would have to have a 2 billion invasion force. Their missile technology, well, in drones, they're number 4 in the world, right? Did you read that in the thing? And drones, Iran is 4 or 5 in the world. That means their drones is up there. You can capture U.S. drone, they big in drones. The U.S. drone that they shot down, somebody must have sent it over there because see, this drone flies, this is a $1.8 million, no, I think they said $180 million. Is that the same wingspan as a 747? Yeah, it's not no little teenage drone. It's as long as I don't know what. It's the biggest drone they got, but it's also the slowest. Somebody wanted Iran to shoot it in that structure, and they did. But Iran is ready to go now. And the people of the United States, they don't have the stomach for that type of war. If Don take them into this war, it's not Iraq. The technology, I read about asymmetric warfare. This is an old folder on Iran, but it's 2011. I'll just read one. I won't read all this. Iran's armed forces have tailored their war-fighting strategy to counter technologically superior adversaries, such as the United States, tacitly acknowledging it has little chance of winning a conventional force-on-force conflict. That's in 2011. So technically it would be what they had in 2010. This is 9 years later. They're moving at breakneck speed. They have missiles that'll take them aircraft carriers out. They got everything that they can swarm. You know, swarm all at once. They got all those tactics. They got, I'm gonna just read.
And like you said, they've, just with their experience in Syria, they've been able to kind of witness how the U.S. fights.
They do that, they did it in Syria,
Right.
they did it in Afghanistan, they did it in Iraq,
Right.
they did it, the Hezbollah did it with the Zionists.
Mm-hmm.
They observed, and the Houthis keeping them up on, and the Afghans is keeping them up on hour to hour. They have whole units that train on counter U.S. Fighting methods. Okay. Iran has opted for deterrence-based model of attrition warfare that raises an opponent's risk and cost rather than reducing its own. The goal is to inflict a psychological defeat that inhibits an enemy's willingness to fight. Asymmetric warfare, that's basically what it's called. I want to breeze over a few things that I had read before. Of course, asymmetric warfare, where Iran would use geography and what have you. This is a Western analysis, 2009, right after the war in Lebanon. One of the main lessons learned from the war, July and August 2006, is that the modern concept of asymmetric warfare, which emerged in the late 1990s in the United States, is already in dire need of revision. Hezbollah's military performance during the war demonstrates that asymmetric warfare can no longer be identified exclusively with political actors who adopt non-traditional methods that differ significantly from the opponent's usual mode of operation. The armed resistance that fought alongside spontaneous, large, popular resistance to an organized and concentrated armed military action, leading to the final stage, which ushered in paralleled new school of warfare that functioned as a combination of a regular army and guerrilla fighters. In this